This very night, July the 11th, I'm going to a place known as Chocolate Bayou, which apparently is filled to the brim with alligators. How cool is that? There's little ones, big ones, medium-sized ones, some as big as your head. Oh, it's gonna be so awesome. It's gonna be so cool. I'm hoping if I can film one from afar, that's cool. I'll do a David Attenborough style kind of thing where it's kind of just, zoom in and speak about it. No hands-on stuff. But if I can find one small enough and I can get my hands on it, I'm definitely going to be showing it to you. I'm going to put a link probably right above my head right now, and I suggest you guys check it out for your benefit and my benefit. I always do a disclaimer before I handle some dangerous animals. Please, don't try it at home. I've been trained to handle them. And tonight is a specific night that I am going to really go into the danger detail on it. These animals have no idea that you mean them no harm. These animals only know humans for wanting to hurt them. So they will fight. They will fight with any means necessary to get that threat, that adversary, that predator away from them. When we talk about, and when I specifically talk about reptiles and animals being aggressive, it means basically, in my words, that they're passionate about adopting a defensive response. Everything that a moccasin will do, everything that a rattlesnake will do, everything that a king snake will do, everything that a cat will do if you grab it wrong, a dog will do if you crouch down too quick or you show your teeth at a strange dog. Everything is for defense. It's so that that animal can prolong its own life, go on, and repopulate the earth with their own beautiful creatures. Alligators, in specific, are a little bit more of a dangerous animal to be handling. Number one, because when they turn around, it's not like a dog bite where it just... these things have up to and over 2,500 pounds per square inch of jaw pressure. That's enough to crush your hand, crush your skull. It's not fun to get bit by one of these animals. I have not been successfully bitten by any crocodilian or any venomous snake, and I'm very proud of that so far. The main reason I'm going into this side of the hobby so severely tonight is that just this past week there was a man who was bitten 18 to 20 times by a copperhead in Missouri. My thoughts and prayers go out to this man, but what the 11-year-old son said was that his father went out to go pick up the snake. I cannot exaggerate how bad it is to pick up a venomous snake straight out of the wild with no training. It is absolutely, you just don't do it. You don't do it, okay? You see one, you walk away from it, or you shoo it away. Do something, don't touch it. Don't put your foot anywhere near it. Don't put your hands anywhere near it. Don't put your body anywhere near it. And do not attempt to pick it up unless you have had prior training. If you haven't had prior training, you do not have the knowledge and the skills necessary to properly handle an animal without it biting you and possibly you ending up in the hospital or dying. That is the dark side of this hobby. And that is the part that things like Animal Planet and the Humane Society really like to capitalize on. Anybody who's been in the hobby for a while know that those two, especially Animal Planet, because they're out in TV land. Humane Society now owns Animal Planet. They do not show Steve Irwin anymore. They don't show Jeff Corwin anymore. They don't show Mark O'Shea anymore. Why? Because they don't like the animals that they brought into our homes. The reason I used to love Steve Irwin, I used to love all these people, that's when I used to pay for Animal Planet on my TV. I used to go and I used to sit there for marathons, those marathons called TV with Teeth. I still have VCR tapes about them. I still have whole VCR tapes just filled with Steve Irwin and, Mark O'Shea and Shark Gordon and all those people. And I was so enthralled with it because they brought something different. They brought something new. They brought something that they were passionate about. And they absolutely loved it. They shouted it to the world. These aren't evil, ugly monsters. These are animals that, when treated with respect, they won't hurt you. These are animals that are beautiful in their own right, and they need to be in the habitat. They need to be in their ecosystems. They are a vital role in their ecosystems. They're a vital role specifically where they are. That's why I don't like relocating snakes. When somebody says, you know, I've got a snake on my property, what do I do with it? I tell them, leave it alone. That animal's probably taking care of, you know, rats and everything else. They tell me, I got a really bad snake on my property. Well, I tell them, you probably got a really bad rat problem then, because he's probably getting fat on all those rats. People in the reptile hobby, I'm ranting a little bit, and I know I am, and you know what? I'm passionate about the subject, so I'll rant away. Here's the thing, people in the reptile hobby, especially me, because I can get a little bit temperamental at times. You can probably tell by the way I'm just keeping on going with my rant. We need to stop infighting. Humane society is taking away all of our rights. The Lacey Act. You know, I mean, if I went out and I brought a Burmese python, you know, 5 years ago, and took it home, raised that animal up, that animal was beautiful. All of a sudden my boss said, you're getting promoted, you're going to, I'll say Iowa, you know, whatever. You're getting promoted, you're going to Iowa. How cool is that? You know, hey, I'm gonna be making a whole bunch of money per year. How cool is that? And I get to bring my snakes along with me. I get to bring my crocodilians along with me. I get to bring my monitor lizards along with me. How cool is that? They're my family pets. They're my beautiful family pets. I've raised them since they hatched out of the egg. And I get to take them with me on my experience through life. I get to, you know, a roadside check after I cross state lines. And suddenly the officer says, those animals aren't legal in this state. And I've heard, I just read it on US Arc, that if you bring those animals across, and even if you didn't know, if you brought those animals across state lines and they found out, that can be punishable by prison and over $100,000 in fines. Can you believe how long those laws would last if they came after kittens? If they came after puppies? You know, if they came after golden retrievers? Someone didn't like golden retrievers in, you know, some Senate meeting and they brought a law against golden retrievers. Can you think about how long that would last? Think about it for a second. Yeah, it would last probably, you know, 0 minutes, maybe 50 seconds at most. That idea would be washed out. But I'm telling you what, they've come for our African rock pythons, they've come for our anacondas, they've come for our Nile monitors, they've come for our Burmese pythons. You know what's next? Next is the boa constrictors, next is the ball pythons, next is, I'm not exaggerating. Boas were supposed to be on that list. Reticulated pythons were supposed to be on that list. People think that I get a little bit too passionate about these animals, but I can't help it. They've been with me my whole life. You know, I used to watch, like I said before, I used to watch Steve Irwin on TV. I used to see him with Charlie, the saltwater crocodile. I used to watch him hand feed that animal and the slam of the jaws. Man, that was so exciting. The passion that came from him poured through the TV screen and into my heart for these beautiful, beautiful animals. Now, someone who I really commend and who I really highly look up to is Brian Barczyk, because he's really big. Not only is he really big in the reptile trade and everybody knows him, but most people, I'd say probably 95% of the reptile hobby, absolutely love the guy. So they will follow him. Brian, if you're watching alive, man, you're so passionate about these animals, and it's so amazing to even find one person in this insane world that we live in right now who can stand firm and say, these animals are my pets and they are my life's work. And I will not stand for these stupid laws that are coming into effect. Now, I said on my Facebook page that I was going to be talking about rattlesnake roundups. I kind of made a video of that on my own when I was in a car, but then I thought, no, it just wasn't good enough. So stay tuned for that video. Stay tuned for me, you know, wrestling some beautiful American crocodiles. I'm so excited for that. Stay tuned for venomous reptiles, but please, 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 do not try what I'm about to do at home. Do not try what I do at home. Please. On to a fun subject. My next video, which is going to come out maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, is going to be on American alligators. Now, how cool is that? I'm so excited about it. Oh, I'm so excited about it. And on Saturday, I'm going to be heading up to Chris Dieter's place up in Angleton, Texas, called the Crocodile Encounter. Oh, I'm so excited for it. He's got one of the largest collections of Nile crocodiles in North America. Until next time, I'm Marcus Dell'Olio, and you've been watching Mad Exotic.